So Openwave is one of the founders, if not the principal foundation, for what was the first version of the mobile internet on mobile devices, most commonly called the Wireless Application Protocol. And over the years, Openwave built a market-leading position there and was the primary provider of software that took the then nascent internet web, adapted it, converted it, reformatted, and optimized it for then feature phones. Today, the company is a very different company, of course. We're built in and around the smartphone phenomenon. But the same principle applies. It's still the web. It still needs to be adapted, formatted, and optimized for delivery on smartphones. And with that has come a whole new area of mobile analytics to support that. We're here at 4G World. We're talking a lot about LTE, backhaul, Ethernet, all the various technologies that are going to comprise the next generation of mobile web. The challenge there is paying for it. You know, with the scale of the tsunami, how do you get an ROI just building capacity? So you've got to do a couple things. So scale is inevitable. You've got to make your investment in infrastructure. But then you've got to start finding ways in which you can optimize that investment. And we provide value-add services around media and web optimization to intelligently compress the data sources without hurting the quality. So that's really, really critical. So one of the ways in which this has become the phenomenon of the extreme abusers, it depends on where you sit, but the people who use, in this case, in this report, we identified a class, as you said, Jeff, 2.5% that were using 50 megabytes of traffic on average. I think I should note, what's interesting about that is the abuser classification just 6 months ago was about half that number. So what we have to keep in mind is today's abusers are starting to become tomorrow's mainstream users. And so as a result, this abuser category at 2 or 3% is using a lot more data. So how do you find ways to either identify who they are with your analytics, identify their usage patterns, and come up with high content plans that would appeal to them so they would pay for this usage? Or in some cases, operators are looking to apply certain policy, enforce certain policies on applications that simply take up too much bandwidth and aren't providing an equitable experience for all the customers. So, you know, you address this by optimizing your traffic, by getting your analytics to understand these users, see if you can find ways to give them a compelling offer, and then finally, applying some smart policies or alternative ways in which you can manage their consumption so that it doesn't have a deleterious effect on other users.